Hi, welcome back for another episode of Hit the Road Tenerife. We're starting our journey today right here from Benijo, and we're going to be going back through the national park of Anaga and then dropping onto the south side of the island to Playa las Teresitas. So don't forget to subscribe, like and click on that notification bell for weekly videos. So come on, let's hit the road. Right, welcome guys, welcome back for Hit the Road Tenerife. We're starting our journey today from the north side of the island and from a fantastic beach, Benijo, right on the north side of the island today. And we're going to make our way from Benijo Beach back through the Anaga National Park and then dropping down onto the south side towards Playa Teresitas. So a little bit of cloud on this side, not too sure. Well, when I left the south today anyway, it was certainly blue skies and sunshine, so sometimes it can be different on the north side. Certainly warm, but not blue sky and sunshine. So if you've watched the last two episodes, it certainly has been hot in Tenerife. It's been very hot in Tenerife, mainly because we've had Kalima, which always pushes the temperatures up a little bit. We're going to go over to a place called Taganana, which is the TF134. So if you want to know this route, it's the TF134. Just look at that coastline though. The north coastline of Tenerife is absolutely stunning, so dramatic. Just look at that. I'm actually kind of pleased it's not, absolutely blaring with sunshine, because sometimes it kind of spoils the view, and it's always nice to have a little bit of cloud cover. It always comes out quite well on photographs and video. But it'd be interesting to see once we've gone through and climbed up towards the national park of Anaga, just to see what the weather is like, whether it is just on the north side or has it crept over the top to the south. Who knows? But we will surely find out soon. Big area for surfers, very big area for surfers. It's supposed to be quite challenging as well. Very rough Atlantic waters. I think it's rougher than the south. I could be wrong, but it's certainly more dramatic here, ocean-wise and mountain-wise. But yeah, certainly leaving Benijo behind us now. We'll be passing through a village called Taganana, which is a nice little village, very nice indeed. Incidentally, I only just read about this a while ago, and the village of Taganana, which is what we're going to be passing through, up to I think around about the 60s and 70s, it was actually completely isolated, apparently. So the road that's going to take us over the top and then drop us down onto the south side, obviously didn't exist there, and it was a village that was really, from an island point of view, just completely isolated. So in terms of goods, they had to ship it in by boat to here. It probably came through Garachico, because Garachico used to be the actual main port area before Santa Cruz took over, and I think they certainly had to get deliveries by boat rather than now. They've got road access. So for a long time it was actually cut off to road access. So there's something a little interesting for you. There's always something interesting, isn't there? So yeah, we're just winding our way up now into Taganana. Nice little village, really nice little village. But yeah, just above us there you can just see we've got a little bit of low cloud coverage, and there you go, the sign on there, Taganana. I actually believe as well that's I believe is a Guanche name as well. So the Guanches were the Aboriginals of the island before the start of the conquistadors. If I remember rightly, this is a really tight bend to the left. There it is. And then off we go. So we're leaving now Taganana. Is that just the name of the, I don't know if it was a hotel or a hostel, or I think it's a hostel right down towards the bottom. And then yeah, we're just on a climb up now to the Anaga National Park. Where are you going? Don't know where he was going. Certainly on the wrong side of the road for a minute, unless he was just moving something around from somewhere. How am I doing for petrol? I'm doing alright. So you can just see up at the top there, they're almost like the Alpine roads, just these twisty roads. That's what we're going to be climbing up, right up to the very top, and then over towards the right hand side. I think if you can just make out that rock point that's sticking up there, and then we're going to pop through a tunnel, then basically drops us over onto the south side. That's what I mean. This place was completely isolated before the road access, and even then obviously they had to make out a tunnel to get road access through onto the south side, which then incidentally connects you to Santa Cruz. So I'm not actually too sure if this place comes under Santa Cruz as a ayuntamiento. So the ayuntamiento is like the council area. So I've got a funny feeling Taganana is actually part of the Santa Cruz council area. I think it might be actually. I think I actually just saw a rubbish bin there at the side of it from Santa Cruz, so there you go. But then we're just twisting back on ourselves, and just the bike's now actually pointing in the north direction. And then yeah, we're just going to climb up there. It's a fair little climb. I didn't realise actually to myself coming down there was that many twisties. But yeah, and I think just directly above me there is where you disappear off into the tunnel, and then that tunnel area then connects you onto the south side. And once we've gone through there, not exactly straight away, but very shortly, we're then just dropping down into Playa Teresitas. Hopefully I've got enough battery on my GoPro. So yeah, if you want to know, this is a TF134. The main road that we'll be joining on is a TF12, which is then back inside the Anaga National Park. But the 134 is what takes you down to Benijo and Taganana. A beautiful, beautiful little road. Beautiful scenery, isn't there? See if I'm just slowing down there just to see what was ahead of me. But beautiful scenery. Not quite the blue sky though that I left Santa Cruz today, so it'll be interesting to see what Playa Teresitas is like actually. Will be interesting. Will be very interesting, but just look at that. Amazing. Tight bend over to the right here. And then up we go. And then I think just behind this rock, as we just bend to the right, there's a really nice rock formation right in front of us. It just kind of stands on its own. There we go, just there. Amazing. I do need to do some hikes up here. Hey, so if you ever fancy the bus down to Benijo, is this bus going? Yeah, it is actually. So the 946, that takes you to Benijo. So have a look at the green Titsa. My buses here are called Titsa. I'm not swearing, I'm not being rude either, but they're called Titsa. And yeah, that's the bus to take. Oh, just look at that, look at that. Oh, amazing, amazing. Oh my god. And then just go over to the right hand side there. So So just tucked behind that rock formation over to the right there is places like Punta del Hidalgo and Bahama. And there, I just there right in front of me, over to the right hand side there, you can just see the tunnel opening. That's the tunnel we go through. Now the only thing I don't actually particularly like, it's not very well lit, and even with my beams on, it doesn't seem to help that much. But you'll see in a minute what it looks like. Well, you'll see it. It's dark. But yeah, just there, you can just see the tunnel. So just something like that just opened up access to Taganana, because yeah, before that it was isolated. It was isolated from civilization. So I'll put my beams on now, I think. No, like I say, don't seem to bloody help really. And then as we just bend to the right here, it's then got a sharp bend to the left. I'm always cautious whether cars are going to overshoot this, but here we go. So watch this. We are just going to go through this tunnel now, and pop in we go. So I've got my beams on, and as you see, I can't see jack. I mean, what if there was something in the middle of the bloody road? I wouldn't be able to see it, because even with my beams on, I can't see anything. Crazy. Could do with some lights in here, definitely. Mind you, it's probably trying to. Problem is, he's probably trying to route electric. Effectively, we've popped out of the north side of the island. Our view now really is just. Let's just have a look to the left-hand side. There you go. That is the south coast side. So as I said, that tunnel just opened up, you know, access possibilities for that village, so it wasn't cut off any longer. Oh well, it certainly made access easy anyway, didn't it? Have to get everything by boat all the time, and just people could like travel or commute and so on. So made a big difference, and I guess also it made it into a more of a tourist area of what they opened up the beaches as well. So we're going to just do a lefty. You can just see straight ahead of me there, San Andres and Santa Cruz. So San Andres is 9 kilometres, then Santa Cruz is 15 kilometres. Oops, hello. Certainly, just by coming through that tunnel there onto this side, it actually does feel just a couple of degrees warmer. So there's a bit of a noticeable change, and again, really noticeable change really with weather, because I've actually got sunshine. I've got the sunbeams on me now. Yeah, you can see, like, as I just go around this corner now, actually, we're just underneath that cloud coverage, and we're still sort of like fairly high up at the minute in terms of where we are in Anaga. It's weird. I'll tell you one thing though for sure. I don't know if he's picking it up on the GoPro. What's happened to this one? I don't know if he can pick it up on the GoPro, but it's certainly breezy in this little corner of the island. Or it was for a minute there, just with the direction I took there. It had a no. Here it is. It is a little breezy. There we go. Just squeezing the brakes a little bit. So actually, I stand a little bit corrected. Although we're going off into the direction of Playa Teresitas, actually, to be fair, we're actually popping out in a village called San Andres, which is the town area for Playa Teresitas. So that's really where the journey stops, so to speak. Oh shit, didn't realise there was a fucking car behind me. But yeah, stunning though, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Whoa, that is breezy. That's almost blowing me backwards. There's a strong breeze, that. So you can go on the TF12 all the way from San Andres to Las Mercedes. So if you watched the previous episode where we did the 3 Miradors, the majority of that road was the TF12. So you could actually, if you wanted to have a full journey, you could either start off at San Andres and just keep to that TF12, take in those 3 Miradors, and go to Las Mercedes. You could even end your journey over in La Laguna, because that's where it would actually take you. But so just got a little tourist there in front of us, I think, taking in the sights, photos, videos. Try and get a bit. But yeah, just look at that. Stunning. Right, I'm going to try and get around this guy. Whoa, it is windy. It's very windy. It's usually only just this part, actually. I've come up here that many times, and just this little corner of the road is always that little tad breezy. Slow down here. Don't know what's around here. Watch out for a little bit of rubble here. Oh! So yeah, certainly as you can see here, the difference between, sometimes it just can be like that. It can just be so different in terms of the sort of climate and weather. Not to say that there was nothing wrong, as you saw with Benijo. Plenty of people sunbathing and enjoying the beach. But then you come to this side, and it's blue sky and sunshine. But generally speaking, I think there is a consensus to say that if you're on the south coast of Tenerife, you do tend to have better weather in terms of, you know, basically more sunshine hours, I guess, and less amount of cloud. And I think that's probably relatively true. I mean, most people kind of think of Santa Cruz as being in the north, which of course it's further north than the resort area of Los Cristianos and Las Americas, but it's on the south coast, so it does tend to, and I'm not just talking about Santa Cruz, I'm talking about Playa and Teresitas as well, you know. Yeah, it's northeast, I would say, of the island, but it's on the south coast, so it tends to get this less amount of cloud, more sunshine to them what, you know, the north is. But then again, I could be completely wrong. It might be one or the other. Maybe one day it's sunshine in Benijo and it's cloudy in Santa Cruz. But generally speaking, from what I've seen myself, it doesn't seem to be a lot of. And also, you can probably also tell, really, because every time you venture onto the north side, it gets more lush green, a lot more green vegetation as to what you get on the south side. I mean, even like now, as we're dropping down and we're dropping towards that south side of the island, it just becomes, even though it's, you know, there's still green, it becomes less so, and just a little bit more arid. But yeah, I love this road. It's a great road this. the TF12 down to San Andres. So 4 kilometres there. Whoop. There we go. Wow. Just got to watch it on this road really, because and this is for the whole of the TF12. It can be quite narrow, and I always find sometimes cars in the opposite direction just sometimes kind of cut over onto the other side, cutting on the other side of the road. Yeah, what I just try and do, just try and keep out wide as possible, just so I'm not really running into them when they are cutting over in front of me. So certainly leaving Anaga behind there at the minute, as you can see. And it certainly is getting warmer again. Oh, a bit of a rock in the road there, or a rather large pebble, which you don't fancy going over. So just ahead of us there, I think that's San Andres. Yeah, that is San Andres, of course it is. That was a bump. Jolted me. It's jolted me, sir. Let's get around here. So a great one to kind of know, especially if you've come on holiday and you are situated in the south, and you've got a hire car, for example, or you picked up a motorbike, then it's relatively straightforward to get to here, to then climb up into the Anaga mountains from San Andres. So yeah, if you come in, like say, from Las Americas or Los Cristianos, it's just as easy as just taking the TF1, which is obviously the main motorway, and that can lead you all the way up to Santa Cruz. And then once you're getting into Santa Cruz and then just follow San Andres. And when you get to San Andres, you're then just picking up the TF12, which is this road that can connect you all the way through the Anaga National Park. And it's up to you then. You can actually then either veer off towards Benijo or carry on through the TF12, idiot, or carry on the TF12, and that can take you then on to Las Mercedes. And even from there you can then still drop onto the north side and go to places like Bahama or Punta del Hidalgo. From there you have a really nice day out. And then also then don't forget, if you're going on that TF12, you've got those fantastic miradors to go and have a look at. But yeah, certainly dropping down fast now. I mean, this is pretty much San Andres now that we're approaching. So it's just straight ahead of us there, just behind that rock face is Playa Teresitas. This bit here then is just the small little harbour area for San Andres. You can see just off the sign here, we're just going through into San Andres. So, San Andres. And this is a nice little village as well, San Andres. I'm sure we've been here before. Luckily, got a green light. And then we are just gonna and here we are. So if we veer off to the left there, we're just going to stop in San Andres and Playa Teresitas. There we go.
Got to say, that's a great little ride to do. Only a short ride, only 19 kilometres in total, but starting from the rugged coastline of the north of Tenerife, starting from Benijo, widening our way through the TF134, through quaint little villages like Taganana, and then climbing over the top of the Anaga mountains along the TF12, and then dropping down into San Andres. And if you're in San Andres, please make sure you check out Playa Teresitas. It's an absolutely stunning beach. And while you're at it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and click on that notification bell for weekly videos with Hit the Road Tenerife. And I will see you soon. Thanks for now.